Welcome to the very first installment of the Shoe Table Podcast with my lovely co-host Baki
Hey, what's up? What's up?
and YLM Booker.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
He's looking. Yo, what's up, bro?
We're keeping that one in. Today's
So,
podcast. Oh,
all right, don't even introduce yourself, bro. It's fine.
okay. I'm so sorry.
Welcome.
Manny edited it out.
Okay, I got you.
No, bro, keep that shit in. That's funny.
And I'm
All
Lavish.
right. You know what? Take two.
Oh, let me finish eating these goldfish.
And
Why are you eating right
don't
now?
introduce.
I'm hungry,
Don't
motherfucker.
introduce it as the first episode. Introduce it as the
Literally,
as
Harry
the
Lavish
prologue
you up.
episodes.
Alright, let me do that on repeat. Let me introduce myself first. I can't believe I fucked that up.
I'm keeping all this in.
Oh my god. A
Buckle
10 hour intro.
Dude, if you want, you want an intro? I got you.
Welcome to the Shoe Table Podcast, our first installment. My name is Lavish, and with my lovely co-host, Hibiki,
Hey, what's up?
and YLM Booker.
Yo.
Okay.
Hey, that works.
This is our first ever podcast. I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do this, but we have our segments here. Hibiki, would you like to explain them all?
Damn, you already strayed away from what I told you yesterday.
Nope.
Just talk to us. Don't acknowledge the third party that we would know was listening.
Dude, I'm just
Talk
so
to
used
us.
to
Talk to
this.
me.
She's like, how's y'all week been?
Yeah, yeah. What'd you do this week? Good talk. Good to know.
Well, what we basically did this week, or our games of the week and all that shit, were we played Paladins. Manny, I want to talk to you about
The-
Paladins.
Paladins has been super fun, I'm not even gonna lie.
Stop upgrading your
The
fucking
game is
horse.
bad, but I'm the reason we win. I get there
No.
faster than everybody else.
We don't win like that.
To be fair, my thing with Paladins is that game is hot garbage. 100% hot garbage.
Oh, it is.
But
It
it's
is,
so
but that's what
much
makes it
fun,
fun.
dude. Yeah.
That's what gives it that little
Fucking Genos.
gaze into the light.
I don't know about you guys, but every time I use Genos, I get alerts on my phone. Fucking Amber alerts every time you just kidnap somebody on the enemy team. Oh, there he is. Woo. My phone goes off every time.
Suspect seems to be white-haired, wearing a mask.
And you, brother?
Is that
What
good?
about you? Ooh.
White hair wearing a mask?
Oh my god.
You don't wear a
Yes,
mask. Where's a blindfold?
Yeah, but it masks his eyes.
Damn.
The 6 eyes?
Only has two.
The
I'm
husband.
not fucking fighting. God damn.
I mean, I can really argument with the game because I mean I played it since the beta, so
Same, I think.
you think?
I did.
Well, I played a long time ago with
So I've
a
been
bunch
with
of
its
friends.
I've been with this game with its many flaws and its many broken metas.
Has it been fixed? No.
No, God no. Folks, I will tell you,
didn't.
Paladins is still a broken piece of mess, but it's a good mess. Way better than Overwatch, in my opinion.
And it's a good thing your pain don't fucking matter to nobody.
No, I was about to say the same thing,
I'm
bro.
about to say. Wait, not until Marvel Rivals, baby. That could lead into the next segment. State of play, baby. Woo! All these new hot
Yeah,
games
I like
coming out.
Good update. Good to know that it was just you who had something to do during the week. I like it.
No, my God. Man, you
We
have to do a
can,
lot of editing.
we can talk about the state of play.
Hit us with it.
not even-
Let's start with let's start with Marvel Rivals, dude. Because I'll be honest, like just from the little bit that I've seen, that game looks like it's gonna be Paladins 2, not Overwatch 3. Like that game looks like it's gonna be fucking hot garbage, but it's gonna be so much fun. Because that hot garbage includes all your favorite characters.
Yep.
Not fucking Moira, not Tracer, not all these fucking annoying
Not
Orisa
Jenners.
cancer characters make you want to blow your brains out.
Very true.
And I think it's going to be good. I mean, even then, like a lot of the play styles seem very unique. Like you expected it to be very grounded. Like Overwatch is really grounded, and most of the characters who are like airborne or mobile, they're maybe not the best. Like Pharah, Fairy dog shit. Echo's really good, but it's just because she's grounded until she doesn't want to be. You know? You see Spider-Man gameplay from Marvel Rivals? Dude, this guy looks like all he does is just fucking cross the map whenever he wants. He'd be fighting a giant arena. He's like, oh, web zip, full screen, like gone.
Yep.
You guys across the arena already.
He does look fun. That's why I'm gonna be playing him.
No, I'm gonna play him. You can be Venom.
And if I don't play Venom,
For the folks at home, these are
We don't
the
want to play
two
Venom.
top 500 Spider-Mans in NA. So,
well, I'm top 5, so.
If it's anything like Overwatch, which is both pick
5,
Spider-Man.
3, 2.
I'll be the main universe Spider-Man. You could be an alternate universe Spider-Man.
but for
I'll
some
be
of the,
Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield.
I'm Andrew Garfield,
Yeah, the
I'll be
worst.
the best one.
You're crazy. This is
Huh?
not what we're gonna devolve into. This
Huh?
Andrew Garfield is not the best Spider-Man. He is the worst.
He's the best Spider-Man. Not the best Peter
No,
Parker.
he's not.
The best Spider-Man.
What?
I feel like nothing but hot
He's
air
not
is
the
going
best
to me right
Spider-Man.
now. Hold up.
No, I'm not saying the best movies. I'm just saying the best Spider-Man.
No, we're not talking about. In general, no, he's not the best Spider-Man.
Nah, dude, it's Miles Morales.
He's the worst for obvious reasons.
Hey!
What's that obvious reason?
That's the obvious reason, huh, Manny?
He's just gonna edit it out. Now, when it
That's because
comes
he's
to
not live
like
action.
this,
That's why.
look, when it comes to the Spider-Man movies, right? The actor who's best portrayed Spider-Man has been Tom Holland. If you watch Homecoming, that is to the T Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
I have to agree on that one.
Yeah, especially in the early years. Like, don't get me wrong, I like Tobey Maguire, right? Like, those are the movies I watched growing up. But Tobey was always missing something. The first, it seemed like he did a really good Peter Parker, very nerdy, very like undesirable. And then for whatever reason, like later on, he just gets silly, you know. So he stopped being like the typical, very like outwardly confident Spider-Man, and more of the like just weird sort of like character arcs that he goes through. But it's just like the movies and those scripts. My problem with Andrew Garfield is it was at a time when people were transitioning to like this sort of like hipster
I
sort
wasn't
of style.
expecting emo Spider-Man.
Yeah, it wasn't even like, oh, Peter Parker's a nerd. He literally just came in like if
He's a hot
him
nerd.
him as Peter Parker was just an asshole. Not even like, oh, he's a hot nerd. He's this and that. Like the thing with Peter is he knows like he can't just be a bully. So when you get to the scene where Andrew Garfield has the fucking basketball and he just being a dickhead to Flash,
Mm-hmm.
just like, dude, that's so out of character. Peter wouldn't do that. Like he's not that kind of guy. You know, if something happens in an instance like that, it's immediately rectified. Like comics wise, Peter does something selfish or whatever, the universe is like, nah, bro, Aunt May's dead. Just because you did that. Just because you bullied Flash Thompson, we're gonna kill your grandma.
There's your canon event.
Yeah, there's things like that. I did like though with what's his name, Tom Holland. When they got to like this scene with Aunt May, dude, I was fucking bawling my eyes out because it doesn't matter in the context of those movies whether it's Uncle Ben or Aunt May, right? In the comics or the other like versions, the reason like Uncle Ben's death is like such a big hit because of what he means to Peter. So if we got that like conversation in a flashback in No Way Home, it would make sense. He'd be like, okay, so he told him this long ago, but it's barely setting in now.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the process of losing Aunt May, she drops this knowledge on him. You're like, oh my god, Aunt May, no. Marissa Tomei, you're too attractive to die. No.
We lost a good MILF
Then
in the
gone.
MCU.
Gone
lost a
forever,
good
yeah.
one.
We lost the good one there.
Damn you, Willem Dafoe, damn you.
All right, I know we got a little bit of like sidetrack there, right?
I
State
think
of
people
play.
love it.
So Marvel Rivals, like I'm excited for it, dude. I'm I'm very hopeful. I hope that it's gonna be the game to fucking kill Overwatch, so that shit can die forever.
I
Cause
love the whole team, like the team battle thing. Like, oh, if you have these two characters, they make a good ass combo, which kind of intrigued me of what else they could do, like with other characters.
I'm hoping it's character specific. Like, yeah, this character can only do those abilities with this or that character. But I think it might be just universal. I think at any point, fucking Rocket Raccoon can just mount his teammates, or the Hulk can just infuse people with gamma for whatever reason.
Because I know
But
it was
if it,
like Scarlet Witch and Magneto. Like Magneto's range, like with one of his abilities, would basically reach like towards the end of the other side, like on the other side of the map. And I was like, that's broken. But I like that type of broken. I like having like fun, like oh this character combos with this one excellent. And I'm just like I'm all for it.
yeah,
It does excite me.
I do like Scarlet Witch's ult is just fucking diva bomb, except she's the bomb.
Yeah!
Fucking kills her.
That is.
I miss that, dude. I miss diva bomb when she would just kill herself. Now it's just untouchable.
Yeah.
Aside from Marvel Rivals, I think the like few games from the state of play that I'm like really want to play is I want to play Dynasty Warriors. It's been a long time since I played a good Dynasty Warriors game that wasn't just like hyper repetitive with the same stages.
I've actually never played
What
the
is that?
Now you
Dynasty
get
Never
it.
played it.
Warriors.
You never played it? Dude, those games are fun. You basically run around and kill whatever you can until you meet a big boss and then kill him and then beat the stage.
Like
But
a
something about
roguelike?
like no, because it's open. It's I don't want to say open world, right? Because you can't go and explore. But essentially, what these games are is you'll spawn in a map like a battlefield, just a big battlefield,
Hmm.
and it's like, hey, well, we need to go and take these supplies from this guy. So you have to march all the way to that point on the map, fight the enemies are there, take it over. But it tends to be very like fast paced. Like the objectives come at you quick. So it's like we need to get here. So you'll get there, beat those enemies. It's like all right, well now this new general has entered the field. Find him and defeat him. So go find him, beat him, and then things like that. Like missions have that sort of structure. And then for whatever reason, dude, like the earlier iterations of the game are so much fun. Like it just feels very free, you know. And I guess, I mean, I haven't played them recently, right? I don't know if maybe they've gotten better, but there was a few there that were just a bunch of stinkers. Like it literally felt like you were playing the same Dynasty Warriors game in three different variations. Like literally nothing was different.
Hmm.
No sort of uniqueness on enemies. I think the only thing that was consistent was like Lubu, which is a super boss.
Hmm.
He's just a regular general, but when he shows up, you don't fight him because he's strong as fuck. Like that guy is the final boss, just spawning in on your matches for fun. You know, so like I said, I'm excited for that. That looks like it's gonna be really good, especially now that we're getting into like next gen, and you can really push like these systems for what they can do.
Let's
Like if you
correct
ever,
that.
yeah,
We're in next gen. Man, he isn't.
What you mean?
that's fair. He's not there yet. He's
Yep.
getting there. Once you buy him a $1,000 PC, he'll be ready.
Oh
He'll be
my god,
ready
I'm
to
not doing
join
it.
the crew.
You're
I'll be
getting the
ready.
PlayStation 5.
Still no matter what it
Alright.
is.
It still don't matter as long as he's next gen, as long as it's with the boys.
Yeah, we gotta keep the groove going with it.
As long as it doesn't sound like he's about to blow up.
It sounds like you should just get him the Xbox One S, the Series S, whatever it is.
That's what I have for mine right now.
Get him the next gen of the Xbox, so that way he can still use Game Pass.
Oh
Because if not, he's going to be there with PlayStation with no games.
yeah.
Nah, it don't matter. I'll take PlayStation.
You say that, but what if they move the Spider-Man games to Xbox? Because aren't they doing that? Aren't they going to get ported?
I think it was like God of War and shit like that. I don't think Spider-Man was on there. I would have to check the list, but
Well, there's no point in
They
getting an
should.
Xbox. Spider-Man's not going.
Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, the last thing I played for Monster Hunter was World. I wanted to play Rise, but then it's like, oh well, you have to buy a Switch, and I wasn't I
yeah, at the
wasn't down
time you
for
had to
having to
buy
get a
one.
Switch.
Then later on they reported it to PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. which was a good move, but they should have done that from the
Yeah,
beginning instead of it being. I get it. They wanted a next gen Monster Hunter, but on the Switch, which I do like, but the game cannot handle Switch sometimes. Then again, the Switches
yeah.
are
Hold on,
very
hold on.
outdated.
It's supposed to be console, right? Or
Mon-
if I'm not mistaken.
Monster Hunter Wilds would be like is gonna be every console, so it's gonna be PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. I don't think they put it on Switch because the way how
Yeah,
the
but it's
game
basically the
looks,
sequel to World, right? Like
yeah,
it's gonna be the next console one.
they're going off. What I noticed like from all the equipment though, they're going off a bunch of World because they added the slinger ammo, which does intrigue me. But yeah, that's basically how it's gonna be. It's gonna be based off the World segment.
Yeah, my introduction to like Monster Hunter was literally World. Obviously, I
So
think
good.
when what was there was a DS. It was right before the Switch. 3DS maybe? It was like a 3DS game
Three
of
Ultimate?
a Monster game. Yeah. Three. When three had come out, I was gonna start playing, but I was well, I have a buddy, right? He's one of those people where it's just very like, nah, bro, I do this. I'm the best at this. So he was just he made Monster Hunter seem very like unappealing. Like, yeah, bro, would you do the 800-hour grind? And I was like, that sounds fucking awful. I hate grinding. I don't want to do that shit. So he like pushed me away. And then when World came out, I didn't buy the game. Somebody bought it for me. Well, Game shared it with me, right? So we ended up
Yeah.
playing. It started a little bit. I was like, this seems okay. It seems fun. And then every new introduction to a monster always felt like endgame to me. And this, mind you, this was still like that first area of this, like just in the forest. By the time I reached Toby Kadachi, I was like, bro, there's so many monsters in this. There's no way that it goes on, like the game goes on much longer than this story wise. And I assumed the entire story took place in the like forest.
Ancient
And then you
Forest,
get
yeah.
introduced. Yeah, you. So I had done like Toby Kadachi and like all those hunts. And then devolves into, oh, well, now you're in the new area and this and that. And every time I played, it always felt fun. It always felt like very fulfilling, you know?
Yeah.
So ended up, oh, well, let me just try out Monster Hunter. And then it wound up with like 400 plus hours getting to the guiding lands and trying to fight a tempered, not tempered, is it Ruiner Gigante. I was like, bro, this game is fucking great. And then the more like you play, the more you interact with like different monsters and different weapons, like it just seemed like endless replayability. And mind you, there was grinding, like real grindy
But the
shit, which
grinding
was like
felt
the
worth
guiding
it.
lands. Yeah, kind of. Like if you were grinding with a group, it felt fun. But if like you were doing the guiding lands, like when I would play like end game, I was at the guiding lands and I stopped. I was like, I don't want to fucking hunt the same four monsters again and again just to hope that the guy I'm trying to fight spawns in. You know?
Yeah.
And then you do like the missions, which was great, right? Like was fine, but in order to level up the guiding lands, you had to do hunts in the guiding lands in order to get to Nergigante. So it just wasn't for me. I did enjoy the DLC monsters like Rajang, Devil Joe, all the
Brachydios. A bunch of the fan favorites
yeah.
came back too with that DLC, which I do love.
I remember seeing this meme. It's like how Devil Joe got to the new world, and it literally just like a
Godzilla thing.
animation of yeah no yeah just an animation of fucking Devil Joe looking at the ground doing the fucking beam, the laser beam that he does, and just flying backwards all all the way. Yeah, just flying all man. That was the Smash Brothers fucking sound of the Monster Hunter theme all the way across.
Manny, your opinions
So
on the
what
whole
else?
Monster Hunter vibe? Considering I'm pretty sure we all have our own experiences with it.
Well, my experience is I downloaded it one time and never played it.
Okay. That's
That game
unfortunate.
Concord on State of Play looked like it was gonna be fucking awesome. Like it was gonna be a badass single player space pirates sort of game.
Hmm.
And then I saw how many characters looked too unique. And I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a fucking shooter. Sure enough, when
Hmm.
they announced it's a basically another Overwatch, another 5v5 like shooter.
Well, I
I
mean,
wasn't really down for it.
that's the easiest way to go now in the gaming. I mean, because it's like, oh, we could do a hero shooter. Because it's going to be easy for microtransactions. It's going to be easy for little shit like that. Like the way how Overwatch did it. They're just going to make it just for the money. Just because it's easy
Yeah.
to customize them.
That's what I think sucks about it, because you'll get games that come out, like Square Enix put out FF7 Rebirth,
Hmm.
and I think honestly that game is very close to being not a perfect game, right? Because that doesn't exist, but like a game that's so fucking good, dude. Like basically a masterpiece. Just a little like little things here and there they can fix, right? But that game is almost a masterpiece. Has like no sales because it's a single player game. You spend like the 60, $70, beat it, and then that's it. Like that's the only amount of like currency that goes back to Square Enix. That sucks, you know. Like I wish like Rebirth got more sales and more things that it needs, because I'm ready for the third fucking installment of that game, and if that game will not come out unless this game sells. So I need it to sell so that I can finish Final Fantasy VII again
Oh my
for a
god.
third game. Really good.
Never played FF, so I would know nothing about it.
See, people always recommend like, oh, if you're gonna start an RPG, play Final Fantasy VII, play this, play that. But I think those are not good like introduction RPGs for people. I think if you're gonna introduce people to an RPG, you need something that's a little easier to like start with the turn-based sort of gameplay, you know? And you can't really get that now. Like if I introduce somebody to Final Fantasy 15, that gameplay doesn't play anything like 7, 8, or 9 or any of those sort of games. So I would just introduce them to like I don't know, maybe something that a little more like user friendly, just for people to get like the gist of it. Like I would introduce people to Persona and have them play that sort of like RPG dungeon crawler game first, because those are very easy to follow. You can literally just brain dead those games.
Mm.
You know, once you understand the turn-based mechanics, the weaknesses, and all that, then take that sort of knowledge and just go back, dude. Go back to Final Fantasy VII and go back to those games, because those are fucking like fantastic. So go play those other Persona games first, right? Understand those sort of mechanics, then go back, dude, and you'll have the best time.
I will. I'll
Yeah,
try and do my homework on that one, honestly, because they do. Final Fantasy has
yeah.
intrigued me, especially the what's that Final Fantasy like online something like what's that one called? That one 14?
There's 14 and 11, I think.
Okay, I think people say
Yeah, it is 11.
14's the one to
11
go.
was the PS2.
Dang.
Another thing for State of Play is Infinity Nikki. All right, so I showed this to my fiance, and it looked fucking interesting, right? It seemed to me like it was gonna be a Tales game, like Tales of whatever,
Mhm.
from the art style. But the more it played out during that trailer, I think this is looking like Genshin Impact, like a
Uh.
maybe a single player RPG of Genshin Impact, or maybe another open world type of game. That's the sort of vibe I got, like Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, sort of things.
Mhm.
I mean, there's really not much like more on it than that, but that's what I got from it. It was pretty good.
Oh, this. I'm just looking at the cover art. Yeah, it gives me very getting a little anime Genshin vibe from it.
Mhm. Astrobot looks like a Little Big Planet,
Oh
which
yeah.
I thought was cool. Yeah, just Little Big Planet again. Those games are fun. I enjoy that.
Mhm.
I think the last thing here for at least the State of Play games that I sort of gave a shit about was the Alien game, the Rogue Incursion. I saw that it was VR, and at first I was like, I'm not a fan of like these VR horror games, because when you look down, you look at your fucking hands. The floating, disembodied hands really
Yep.
takes me out of that like VR. You know, but
I
these
have to agree
Alien
with that.
games, if you play Alien Isolation, that game is fucking stressful, dude. For not even being like genuinely scary, like that game fucking stressful. So I just imagine if you had to like VR that shit, turn corners and see the alien and stuff. Like if it's done right, it'll be really good. Right? Aside from that, I'm not really sure. The
I'm
Silent
pretty
Hill
sure I
2
played the
remake.
Alien game.
Wait, what?
Isolation. I'm pretty sure I played that game and I didn't know you were supposed to manually save.
Oh
I
my
was like
god.
guessing towards the very end and I didn't save. I just turned off my Xbox. When I go back on, I was like, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm not doing that shit again. That's how it is for me. At least that's like for my like weekly update, right? Maybe like taking a step back. I have been playing Persona 5 Tactica, and I enjoy like the Persona 5 games.
You're
And
welcome.
as I started playing Tactica, It reminds me very like XCOM and move around your units, use abilities, and it was fun, dude. It was like fun at first, and then I get to like the second area of the game, just sort of like drags. You'll do cutscenes that seem sort of irrelevant. Like, dude, I don't give a fuck about this random one-off character who's never gonna be in like the main Persona like story.
Hmm.
It just lost interest. And then certain missions in that game, they're not like, oh, fight the enemy, get here, get there. It's literally just like, oh, make it from point A to point B, but the doors close every other turn, or you have to open doors by leaving characters behind. I'm like, bro, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I enjoy moving around, being like real tactical about like positioning for fighting the enemies, but I don't want to fucking leave one character behind just so that I can skip turn until I walk to where I'm supposed to be. Like if that was the mission, just let me fight enemies. I'd rather fucking fight the enemies than just stand around and walk. Like it becomes boring. Like I got bored, you know, trying to get to the boss, and it's like I'm done. Especially because like every time I would play, like you guys would get on after, and we just go play something else, something more engaging. See, I think that's it for State of Play. Maybe the Until Dawn remaster is kind of cool.
And God of War
Right?
Ragnarok on PC announcement sounds pretty interesting.
Dude, I'm excited for the mods for that. But the Silent Hill 2 remake, I think that's something I'm gonna play. It looks good. I've played Silent Hill 2 before, but I've never finished it.
Hmm.
When I played it when I was a kid, when it first came out on like PS2, and I got to this car, and under the car is this fucking guy who crawls out from the floor. Scared the shit out of me, bro. I was like, nope, I'm not fighting Cockroach Man. I'm out of here. I turned it off, never played it again. I mean, you guys have any other thoughts for State of Play? Any,
Honestly, I only have two contenders that I'm ready for, which is just Rivals and Monster Hunter. So I can't really
yeah,
speak
those
much
are
about the
exciting.
others.
I had to talk about Monster Hunter real quick because I'm on
Yeah,
Game Pass and I see Rise right here. Is that a good one?
that's the one that was on Switch and then got ported to consoles.
Do you want
Should I
like
play it?
this is let me tell you from like a good ass veteran. I will say it is fun if you want to get into a fun Monster Hunter. Like the art skills in that game are very fun. I feel like that would be something you would enjoy. They did baby the game down a little bit because in World you have to go fight monsters and then you will unlock decos. In this game you could just make the decos, but you also have to find the charms.
You're talking about the gems.
Yeah, the gems. Yeah.
Yeah, so like Monster Hunter World, when you're playing it at first, is very hunt monster, get monster materials, make weapons, and use those weapons to fight stronger monsters. But once you get to the end game, you make the weapon you need for the type of monster you fight. Like, oh, this weapon does electricity damage. So you apply that electricity to a monster who's weak to it. And it was very like the very end of the game wasn't hunting monsters for materials or for like monster parts. It was for gems. Gem or that gem or this decoration. And that they would just give you different like stat increases or different like little things. Like min-maxing your builds is what that was for. And that's the shit I was like, whatever, I don't care about this.
Until
Because
it
you don't
became
really
very
need
important.
it. I mean, yeah. So maybe you should try it. I haven't played Rise. It looks like it's good.
Yeah, I'm gonna install it.
I will play that with you if you ever need help. Give me a
Yeah.
reason to
I
jump
think
back
that's
into
it for this.
Rise.
Yeah, for State of Play. So, in spite of that, we'll go into this next segment I wanted to talk to you guys about, right? So,
Ooh,
I
who's that passion?
yesterday, or I guess from whenever you listen to this, right? I saw the Baki versus Kengan Ashura movie.
Ooh-hoo-hoo!
I've never seen Kengan Ashura. Every time I've watched like the little cinematic that plays there on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately switch to something else because that thing
Monster.
looks fucking ugly, bro. That shit is ugly. That was like the ugly season of Baki where everybody was like, I don't know, 3D, but bad 3D.
Yeah, because
Like fucking, I'm talking.
it would switch to 3D like in some of the fights, and I'm just like, no, we don't need that. But I guess some people actually liked it, some people hated it. So I am on the stand of where I hated it.
Yeah, that shit looked ugly. I didn't like it.
Hmm.
It was very bad. So every time I see it, I'm like, ugh, and just move to something else. But then I saw the little cinematic for the movie, and I was like, wait a minute, these guys don't look like garbage. This looks like it was animated. All right, I got super hyped, right? But fucking like start watching it, and that's what brings me to like the topic for this. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it. Go watch it.
That shit's
Come back,
gas.
listen. Yeah, go back, go watch it. Pause this, go watch it, then come back and listen. All right. So we're about to get into this discussion.
Yup.
As somebody who's never seen Kengan Ashura,
Big fan over here.
ba- Baki would fucking destroy this guy. This wouldn't be the fight they made it out to be. It wouldn't have been some like draw, some whatever. It would literally have just been Baki letting this guy hit one or two attacks and then beating the fucking brakes off of him. Like I have no idea why they drug it out the way they did.
I mean, I don't mind them dragging it in so much. It was the fights that there was one fight that really pissed me off, but it had my favorite character in there. But we got to go through each fight individually. So we have to go through the first one, which was fucking I can't remember the names of them. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the names of like the King and Ashura characters were.
I gotcha. Here we go.
The first fight was Hanayama versus some guy.
I know
He looked like a Muay Thai fighter.
yeah. And apparently Dopo Orochi fought him or his father.
He fought his dad,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah.
Here we go. I have the whole list of characters. I'm probably gonna pronounce this very wrong, so viewers do not judge me. Where the fuck is he? Oh, here he is. Oh god. I'm just gonna go Saw Pang, the guy whose bones are basically like as hard as metal. Which I'm like, there ain't no way this guy was gonna whoop his ass. Cause
Uh,
yeah, Saw Pang,
Bones.
the bones made out of metal, and his fucking head's apparently stronger than diamonds.
That shit didn't make no sense to me, dude. It's like, all right, as a baby, he fucking smashed his head into
So many
walls too many
fractures.
times. Yeah, he fractured his skull too many times. It healed and became as hard as diamonds. Like, no way, shut up, right? It's anime, whatever. And then Hanayama to be like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Punch
Oh,
this guy in the fucking head.
you broke my hand. Let me just. It's pricks
Yeah.
now.
That first initial fight, I was indifferent like on which way it would go, right? I didn't know enough about Sopping to like judge him as a character. But just like the vibe he gave off, he seemed like one of those jobber characters that the main character beats up in like the first couple episodes. You know? And then
Yeah.
for him to fight Hanayama, I actually thought Hanayama was gonna lose. Hanayama don't fucking beat nobody. He fought
don't.
who did he fight? He fought that convict. The convict basically ripped his fucking face off, and then they ended in like a semi-draw. I mean, Hanayama won, but I
Hey,
mean,
I'm
they were
done with
both
this
technically
toy.
lost.
As his freaking
Yeah,
mouth is all ripped up because the man put fucking bullets in there. He's like, oh, here, take this, and just fucking slams his jaw and just blows it up. I'm like, ain't no way.
yeah.
This man should not be walking.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I swallowed this bullet as it went off in my throat. But my throat has been honed by eating corn
Muscles.
dogs and like fucking stupid. Like the logic behind a lot of these is so silly, right? So Sawping losing, I was like, whatever. I don't know what that character does, and it didn't like to me. Hanayama losing wouldn't have mattered, right? And then you get into the second fight, which is was it Jack
It was
versus
Ryan.
this yeah Ryan, and there. So in my head, at least in like the head canon for Baki, the strongest is Yujiro, then Baki, then Pickle, then Jack. I don't think anybody else in like the character list is like even up to par, right? Because Jack was like a fucking monster, and the only person who could beat Jack was Baki. Well, Baki and his dad, right?
Yeah.
And then Pickle showed up, and Pickle just fucking manhandled that guy.
Hey, your jaw looks nice. Hum. Just fucking eats it. Ugh.
Start fucking biting into him. But seeing Ryan in this fight, I didn't know like any of this guy's abilities. So hearing it for the first time, I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me this guy isn't using steroids, isn't doping up, isn't just training hard. His family is
Selective
breeding
breeding.
other people's special talents throughout history, and he's the perfect culmination of that.
Yep.
Like, oh, this guy grows unnaturally strong biceps in his bloodline. Let's just breed with him a whole bunch till we get somebody who has that and all our like dominant traits. Just, I don't know. Like I thought that concept was cool as fuck. Right,
Because
this
it's
guy is
always
literally the best of every type of bloodline,
because
like
even
all
in the
smushed together.
anime, they show like the other like Cure family, and like there's two cousins. There's like a girl in there, and like all of them are like, oh, 25%, 50%, 75%. Ryan is just like maxed out in everything. He's like the demon in the anime. They call him the demon of the Cure family, just because of how
He's
insane he is.
a custom made character, right? When you make
Yep.
a custom character in a wrestling game, you give him max stats.
Hmm.
Fucking stupid. So him and Jack are doing their fight, right? I didn't give a shit about this. I was
I
like,
hate Jack as a
whatever.
character. I gotta say
Yeah.
that.
Well, he was a cool character in the first like part of Baki, and then for whatever reason, like these newer iterations of Baki just seem to not be doing him any justice. Right?
Yeah.
So they fight. Jack loses, but not really. He loses because they call it the fight. He gets knocked down,
I'm not
and then
done
gets
yet.
up, and then I was really expecting Jack to just lose the fight, be like whatever, and then that fucking Ryan guy goes and fights Pickle. That's what I was waiting for.
And then they have to
If they
cut it.
wouldn't, they wouldn't have done that. Fucking Pickle would have killed him.
Yep.
Like if he was having that close of a fight with Jack, Pickle would have just fucking literally eaten him.
Because in Kenga, there's so many characters and they have so many like different like unique techniques. I just look at it like, I could see maybe like four, maybe five of them beating the Baki cast. Because like some of them ain't shit. I mean, honestly, if
Yeah.
if Dopo went against Sophang, I'm pretty sure Sophang would have won. I hate to say that.
Why? Dope was so fucking strong. I think Dope was
Dope,
stronger than
yeah,
Hanma.
but like he literally said, hey, his technique is completely different from ours. His is like demonic shit. Like even like
Oh, you're
he
talking.
yeah, Pasapang against Dopo Orochi. He would fucking
Yeah.
lose. Just of
I don't know,
how
man.
Sapang is.
Dope don't fuck around.
I know you don't fuck around, but
We
it.
would have gotten backstory. It would have been a flashback to right
Hmm.
before Dopo does a fucking chop. And it's like, I've trained for this day. Right? I've been breaking diamonds in my house with all this money I make from this fucking school I run.
Yep.
Just something fucking silly,
I
you know?
killed a tiger.
Yeah.
We could. I mean, I do like the little segment of where we saw the Fang of Mits. What's his name? I know it's like Fang of Mitsune something, but like the guy that was standing behind the old guy of the corporation, he was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
he in the anime. I think so where we're at in the current anime, he's like top three. Cause like he goes like Raihan, but he goes like insane like evil smile. Like you could tell like he's gonna rock your shit, and he's rocked like so
Yeah.
many of the cast. Like in the anime, I think he has like 300 wins and one loss, and
All
like in
right,
the
hold on.
whole
Let's take a
tournament.
pause right here.
Okay,
And we'll jump right back in. Let me take a quick pause, a quick restroom break.
gotcha.
All right. Didn't mean to cut you off. I am back. Turns out we use the
Okay,
restroom and your kids.
And some
They get up.
okay. Where did we
Where
leave
did we
off?
leave off on?
I think we. I think it was the whole Jack fight, and I did get into the whole the other characters in their whole King and Ashura.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got into Fang. Fang is like top three in them, just because of how
Really?
mentally insane. Like he's a character when you look at him, he's like, oh, he doesn't look like shit, because he's literally just like a lapdog to like the corporate manager. He's like, yes, what do you want me to do? And then when he's in the ring, he just loses. Like when he knows he's about to lose, he goes fucking insane and doesn't. He doesn't let go until
That
like he's dead or they're dead.
that's
And
that fucking buff dude, right? The guy who was arm wrestling a biscuit.
no, 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 no. That's a completely different guy.
How strong is that guy, that buff guy?
Uh, I want to. I don't even. I think top 10, maybe top 15 for him. I'm not sure.
You
Cause
think
you don't.
you
I don't
think
know
if
that
that
much.
guy fought Oliver, Oliver would win?
Oliver would definitely win against him. There's like no doubt in my
Fucking
mind where man's literally gonna Pac-Man him, and he's gone.
fucking waka 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 done, dude. Okay, and then the main fight, right? So watching the main fight, Mind you, I don't know anything about King and Ashura.
I'll get
All
into
I
that.
have is like this knowledge, all this knowledge of fucking like Baki. So Baki's doing Baki's rushing him down, right? Rushing him down, initiating the fight. And all I'm thinking in my head is like, why? Why'd you do that? Baki would literally just stand there, and the moment this guy threw an attack, fucking sleep him. Which I thought was what was gonna happen at the very start. He hits him with the what is it, the fucking flip, right? That he does, where
Hmm.
he knocked him straight down. And with the what is it, that
The
Yujiro classic where you do the fucking front flip that knocks people out.
right away, just an instant KO.
Yeah, so he gets knocked down. I was like, oh shit, that's it. I mean, that's all. That's pretty much what I expected. And then he gets up, and then, well, I guess they start introducing like techniques from other like fights or whatever, right? Or other like instances.
The
And this
fucking
guy has
whip
something called
arm.
like
Ugh.
Unbreakable. I was like, what is that? What is Unbreakable?
It's a certain Nico style among like from his teacher. Tokita Nico is his was his teacher's name.
Hmm.
He's the man who knows everything about Nico style because that's his own unique style. How can I get into this? Because Nico style isn't like, oh, let me increase this everything about it. It was more or less like the balance of how everything works. So it was a nice mixture of defense, attack, from what it was. Because there's also you saw that red demon shit that he was doing, right?
Um,
Like in their
where
fight,
he's
like where
like,
Oma went like completely like red with an evil smile.
yeah, yeah, at the very, very end, yeah.
That is a that is a type of form that should never be allowed into Nico style in the anime. Because then some people are like, oh, we have to achieve what Nico did, and so people would do that, their hearts would just explode. It was
Wait, what?
almost it was like limitless for Raihan, but it's just like for Oma, it's like a double-edged sword. Your heart could like take very little of it, then it would just give out. That's basically
Okay.
like what people call like it's limitless, but a double-edged sword.
What about that Unbreakable one where he just flexed his stomach?
That is just all Nico style. Basically his Nico.
Yeah, but like, what is the ability itself? Like, what does it do? Like, what is it
It just
supposed to do? They
hardens
kind
your
of explained that.
it just hardens your muscles at that point. I because there's water style Nico and then there's iron Nico. And that's basically what he's just doing. It's just like different basic techniques that he learned. Of like, oh,
He
if I
just
do this,
flexed
I
him
get
very, very hard.
Yep. That's basically all it is.
There's that line. I heard you were gonna say it. Finish it. What'd you say?
That's basically all it is. Just like it's him just flexing his muscles very hard of the Nico style.
I'm gay.
Oh my god.
Basically, what he's saying, right? It just gets very hard in a fight. I
Shut up.
got you. No, so it's like watching the fight.
We have fun here,
It made me
folks.
want to watch Kengan Ashura, but fuck, man, I think I'm gonna have to do like some mental preparation just to be able to look past how ugly it looks.
If you want to do a watch party, I am down.
Oh god, it's so ugly though.
I
I
know it's
wanna.
ugly, but we gotta deal with it. I deal with Pokemon Sun and Moon. You could deal with Kengan.
All right, I'll give it a watch. I'll do some homework of mine. Be sure to watch it,
Yes.
catch up. But like watching the overall fight, right, without having to like spoil everything that happens in it. All I was thinking the whole fight was Baki would fucking kill this guy instantly. It didn't
Yep.
matter if he used fucking hard explode, red technique, whatever. Baki would hit this guy once and he would stay down. And then when they had, it's also something real out of character, right? So Yujiro jumping in like the fight,
Hmm.
so out of character for him.
It,
Most of the show of Baki, he's literally telling people, "Don't fucking jump into these people's fight. It's a one-on-one. You do that,
and
you're a
he
fucking
did it.
piece of shit." And then he jumps in. I was like, "Oh, I don't know, bro. That didn't seem very
Cause,
kosher. It just seemed out of character for him."
cause I guess
And then,
now it's canon amongst them. Cause it's like, oh, Kengan's the American team, Baki's the Japan team. He was just also intrigued of the Nico style, just cause it was like, oh, you're the only guy who knows it now, so I have to fight you. I think that's the only thing that actually drove him to the. I wish I would have gone more into detail with that.
yeah, but fucking, we're also forgetting that the entirety of the U.S. government bows to Yujiro Hanma. that guy will literally do push-ups and cause earthquakes. Like
Yeah.
what? You're telling me that this fucking kid who was getting beat up by Baki is gonna somehow like, if not put up a decent fight against Yujiro, like make it seem like he was any sort of threat to him. And same for the fucking buff dude. I don't know who that guy is who showed up on the Kengan
Gensei?
Ashura side. That was literally just a fucking guy in a gi. Literally just a biker in a gi, dude.
Yeah, Gensei. He has what you call the Devil's Lance, which is my pointy fingers could be a lance and you're dead. Cause like there was one fight that he had in Kengan where he literally stabbed a guy, I think either through the neck, and he just like pulled out a vein and the guy was out.
Yeah, but Yujiro literally took two fingers, grabbed a guy from the nose, and ripped his face off.
Yeah.
Off. Like fucking ripped his face off, just pulling his nose. I don't know. It just feels like Yujiro's feats are so fucking like, what the fuck? That it seems hard to like compare him to anybody. I guess that's what that comparison was, right? That fucking guy looks like a biker with his fucking gi on. It's supposed to be Yujiro of that like universe, right?
Yeah. Basically.
But like, where does he scale in comparison to the main character?
The main character doesn't come close to what he is. If we're like right now in the
Okay,
anime, he is like nowhere anywhere near it. But like in the anime, the guy's like, so this is the guy that got Nico style. Okay, I'll have to fight him later. And then,
oh, I get it.
because like he knew Nico. Just like there's only like two people I think so far, like two senseis that have known Nico. One Nico died from, and the other one and this guy
You
with the
see.
Devil's
So
Lance.
what you're saying is them and Sawping, it's Nico Nico Ni, right?
Oh my god.
Gotcha. I got him, dude. I was being further like watching it the whole time. It's just Baki fucking kill this guy, and then when they like interrupt the fight at the very end, and this fucking guy is like hitting Baki, I was like, what the fuck? Baki is here landing hits on Yujiro Hanma. This fucking other guy would not get his fucking hands on Baki and not get immediately hit back. It's like, you'll never reach me with those fists. It's like, what? You're telling me that that guy's supposed to be able to fight Yujiro like somewhat on an equal footing, but Baki can already do that. Like, what? What do you mean? Baki would have slapped the fuck out of this guy.
If
He would
we
have whip striked him right in the mouth.
I don't know
I
much
just
about
like
their
the
manga for Kengan though, but if I were to compare both their feats, I'm pretty sure Baki has him hands down beat him, honestly.
beats everybody in that verse. Yeah,
Basically.
I did like the whip strike though. I do like them bringing
She just sound
bringing like knowledge to that.
Ugh.
If you get fucking hit, any character gets hit by it's just on the floor, dude.
Whoa, you could
Just
see
on
his
the floor,
fingernail.
writhing
You
in
could see
pain.
fingerprints. Whoa.
Like, god damn, you really think about it? Hit somebody so hard, their fingerprints are embedded into your back.
Ah.
It's just, at least for me, that shit's wild as fuck.
Mhm. I did like their ending for the end credits though. That one was interesting.
There was something at the end.
Yeah, there was something at the end, like like all the past inmates.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all show up towards the end, and there's a cop in Kengan Ashura's in that universe. This basically is like, oh, I must fight for justice. Think of All Might, but not.
He's just a cop.
He's just a cop that knows some wicked ass kung fu. So what this guy does is in Kengan Ashura, there's a guy named Seshu. If I'm pronouncing that right, I'm probably not. But
Mm-hmm.
he used to go. He fought all the bad like underground scenes. He went after mob bosses. He went after drug dealers. Every little thing, and to the point where it corrupted him to where he was like, is good good or is bad good? So later on, he just started killing everybody. He's like, this is justice. I will just kill every bad person here.
Literally just makes me think of Topo from Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah,
Like, justice, justice. And then when he's about to lose, he's like, I'll fucking kill everybody. I'll destroy everything. It's like, dude,
basically,
what?
that's basically
All right,
what
all
it
right.
is.
I hope they do a second crossover movie.
They're
What I
going
was
to.
expecting from the movie is I didn't expect them to cross the main characters. I wish they would have waited. Because, I mean, like, what else do I need to see now? Oh, they'll have a rematch one day. No, they won't.
Mm-mm.
No, they won't. They'll never fight again. Baki would kill this guy. So I like how they were setting up for a second movie. It's like you'll have your fight next time. It's like, oh my god, of course. We won't see Yujiro versus that other guy for a while. But you can't have that fight without ruining one of the two characters. Because first off, Yujiro doesn't lose to people, and if you were to draw against somebody, that's basically the same as his character not doing what it's like has established throughout the entirety of the show. Right, like Yujiro Hanma is a threat to global security. You
Even
know what I
after
mean?
giving the title to Baki, he's still the big threat.
Yeah, he's still like the biggest threat to the planet. You know, like to the planet as a whole.
Yeah.
So I just very hard to believe that this other character gets introduced. If he's not in his universe, the same thing. Like, how wouldn't Yujiro? Well, I guess because the crossover right now they're barely acknowledging this, but going forward, you wouldn't be able to like acknowledge that that guy's also a fucking super duper threat without Yujiro having already fought and beaten him. You know, like anybody who's strong, Yujiro's like, oh, time to go fuck that guy up. You know,
Yep.
we'll just go and fight him.
And like in Kengan, they're just like there's basic guys like, oh, I could copy dead people's like movements and also appear as them. Like there's one guy who literally looks like who starts walking out as an old man, then out of nowhere starts fighting and moving like Bruce Lee. I'm like, huh? What are you? And he goes, I'm the actor. I'm not
I
even
can
joking.
mimic. I can mimic anybody who's dead, and then it's him laying down because he's fucking dead. Like,
Yeah. And then there's one guy who's literally like, I'm blind, but I'm also really strong.
I'm blind, but I can see.
And then there's just a pro wrestler.
I respect it. I respect the wrestling.
hmm Like a
I don't
lot
like
of,
you.
oh, well, a
No,
lot
go
of
ahead.
Kengan is just like MMA basically. It's just like a big old like,
Yeah,
what can we put in here so this looks sick? And then there's another guy with an anchor arm who's basically like, my punches are so strong I killed a whale. Like I'm not joking. It's that type of shit. Or no, it's called harpoon arm is his technique.
it sounds even worse.
I know.
Outside of that topic, right? Like onto our like next sort of thing here. The leaks for JJK have come out, and they are 7 pages long.
A whole 7 pages,
What are
folks.
your guys' thoughts? Yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this, the most recent chapter?
It was
Is
sad.
Yuta dead?
Yeah, that'd be another one.
That was you without is Yuta dead?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they establish that fucking Mei's crows can see in like inside the domain, even if it's teeny tiny? Or do I need to
Yes.
go back and read? Because I could have sworn that
I
when
believe she's
Gojo
able to do that.
shrunk his domain, because when like again, like I said, I could be misremembering,
hmm
but when she shrunk, or when Gojo shrunk his domain in that last encounter with Sukuna, everybody saw it. Like everybody saw what was happening inside, didn't they? Like that's how they know that Gojo landed the hit and everything. Because if not, you wouldn't be able to know that otherwise. Because his domain breaks after Sukuna got hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everybody saw that and reacted to it. So I'm wondering if maybe not. Maybe Sukuna just a fucking idiot and doesn't realize, right? Because you see it, they showed the thing of Gojo, not Gojo, of Yuji and Toto, and you see the fucking
The
the domain
basketball.
looking teeny tiny. Yeah, look a little tiny hole.
Yeah. It was sad seeing a fully manifested Rika. Honestly, when I saw that panel, I was like, oh my heart.
And to be fair, that's what he gets though for not manifesting her during his fight when he opened his domain. Like,
True. Very true.
but who knows? Maybe that'll get explained away. Just from like what happened in this chapter, right? It seems like Gege's setting up for if he wants to keep Yuta or not. Like he's not in his body anymore. He's essentially given up his technique because it's in use right now. He's using it to copy the fucking brain swapping, and he has the 5 minute like time limit, right?
Yeah.
Why is Rika there? Didn't he lose his technique? Like, isn't that what they said that after like the whatever time limit, like he won't have that technique anymore. Like, period. He'll lose his curse technique in any sort of instance, even if he returns back to his body and lives. That his technique is essentially dead because it's a copy of whatever it is. So like, Rika being there brings up the question, like, okay, well, if she's fully manifested, is this is this something that they've like kind of mentioned that when a technique activates, right, and a sorcerer who activates the technique dies, in death the technique can get stronger and live beyond the sorcerer who used it, right? Which is why Higuruma's sword was still like active after he technically died.
Hmm.
I wonder if that's happened to Yuta, that Rika's completely manifested and stayed there because of her feelings towards Yuta, and he's dead. Like that body's gone, you know? So maybe like that technique stays active forever because of that. Like Rika's fully manifested forever until she runs out of energy herself and like ceases to exist or something. I wonder if that's maybe how they'll keep him alive. You
Can't she
know?
just stay? Wait, can't she just move on to someone else? Like, can't she go to someone else or no?
Well, no,
If
because
I'm thinking of like
the
techniques moving, it
because
makes more sense.
the original technique that he had was or the original like Rika was the actual soul of that girl cursed, so she
Hmm.
stayed there, and she became a curse that was so strong
The Queen of
that she
Curses.
was like the highest, yeah, the queen of curses, right? At the end of Zero, Yuta frees her soul from the curse, which basically gets rid of her like forever.
Hmm.
But he still has that technique, right, to copy, and his technique is essentially like a part of that creation of whatever Rika was. So he keeps the cursed spirit Rika, but the soul of the girl that he's like cursed is moved on. So
Hmm.
it doesn't have any more of that power. It's basically just his power funneled into Rika as its own like embodiment. So Rika is like a battery, essentially. This guy walking around with a fucking battery on his back. He runs out of power. Rika gives him the power that she has, and they share for however much time.
Yo, hold up, let me get this power box real quick.
Yeah, so like I think that because his body's dead, that cursed spirit or like the cursed technique itself is staying active after his death, which is her fully manifested. So either she's going to become her own individual like fighter, or she's going to be the reason that if the technique ends, he doesn't die. That she'll have manifested and be the one keeping him alive, you know,
Hmm.
rather than vice versa, where
Yeah.
Yuta was the one keeping her. But I mean, that's all just like speculation, right? Like, I don't fucking know. I couldn't even guess. I didn't expect they were gonna bring this guy back from the dead the way they did.
Fucking.
All I know is I'm ready for Eugene to just see this, be upset, and then everybody starts catching hands. It don't fucking matter who you are.
Well, can't wait for that to happen after the next 2 weeks.
Three.
Oh,
It's closer to
3.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
20 days from
3 weeks.
now.
Oh boy.
I
Yeah,
think
we'll
it's
get
about
an
time to
exact.
go back to Akari.
Damn right. Yep,
Just
this man's
watch him
speaking
die.
facts. No.
Bro, if they go back to Akari after a
No.
fucking 20-day break, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Can't get sensory
Veronica.
there, brother.
Gotta go back at
Aria.
some point.
Yeah, censor me when I say kill myself, but you know
Nah,
what I
nah,
mean?
nah.
Like, there's no
Boost
way,
that
bro.
shit
That's
right there.
fucking crazy. You get demonetized for stuff like that. And
Oh.
talking about unaliving yourself.
Oh,
Is like where the chapter is. I was so upset, dude. I was like 7 pages. Are you fucking kidding me? And we gotta
only.
wait 20 days. God, this guy better be in his downtime writing, just thinking, brainstorming. You know?
Hey, I'm dropping 2 this week. Y'all go.
Yeah. Have these fever dreams. Oh, okay. So that's how I'm gonna end it. Something. I just know right now he's gonna rest up. He's gonna cook. That's it.
Let him cook now.
He just put the he just put the fucking rice to simmer. Put the lid on top. He's gonna go sit down for those 20 days.
Let him cook! I
Yep.
said let him cook!
Yeah. Aside from that, dude, I'm like fucking obsessed with JJK right now. I really don't even want to like watch or read anything else. I stopped reading Blue Lock because like JJK has been so good. I'm gonna let Blue Lock either finish or get like maybe like 10 chapters further and then start reading it again. But right now it's literally all JJK.
I
And this shit
gotta.
has a fucking like stranglehold on my life.
This is very true, folks.
It's so good, dude. I don't know, like I don't know what it is about the story or what it is about Yuji as a main character, but that guy's just like I just drawn to him as a main character. He's so he's so likable. Even if you don't care for like him not being the typical this or that or whatever protagonist, like this guy is literally what everybody loves about shonen, which is a main character who has no quit in him, right? So you get Naruto's like Naruto's, I'll never give up. I'm gonna be the Hokage.
Guys, he's a
Or
Deku.
you'll get a Gon, and Gon's like, I'm gonna become a hunter and find my dad, who's a deadbeat. Like everybody always has this sort of like youthful sort of like drive, you know, like unending fucking confidence, like as kids.
Can I point this
Well,
one out real quick?
Yuji has that, and they fucking have shown like instances where most of these other characters would have given up. Oh, my friend's dead. What do I do? Yuji's like, fuck, bro.
Left,
He
right,
just
good
this guy,
night.
this guy just murked all my friends. It's like that song,
All
right?
my friends are dead.
Push me to the edge. All my friends are dead. They're literally killing all this guy's fucking friends, and he's still going. This guy's getting limbs like dismembered, and in spite of that, like pushing forward, this guy has no fucking quit in him, and I love that shit about this character.
Yep.
I think the fact that Yuji's written the way he is, and it has been given like ample, ample like reason to want to give up, or ample reason to not try as hard, or to like, even at one point like give in to despair. It's like this guy never does it, dude. And I think that's what like really draws me to the character. 'Cause to him, it's like, look, you just killed all my friends, right? So I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, or you're gonna kill me. There is no in between. There is no you get away. There is no I run away. I'm gonna fight you till one of us is dead.
You say
And I fucking
run.
love that. Like, yeah, like even that, like you compare like Deku and My Hero and all these other characters. Like a lot of these shonen characters will go through an arc, and then it's always like, oh well, now that I'm fully realized, I'm super strong. Like, dude, Yuji probably is fully realized right now,
Yeah.
and he's still not at this like highest level of the, you know, of like the entire like universe that he's a part of. But he's so polarizing. When that guy fucking throws hands, everybody wants to see him throw hands.
Yep.
I need more chapters of Yuji hitting more black flashes, because there's no way this guy hit like 8 back to back and isn't like on some fucking super high right now. You know, they say like 1, you feel like you're in a flow state. 2, it just basically like amplifying it. I'm not saying it actually amplifies their techniques, right? But the sort of like headspace that you should be in after experiencing something like that. Like this guy must be fucking just concocting all kinds of bullshit. I'm pretty sure he awoke in his domain already. He just hasn't used it.
No, yeah, he doesn't know how to use it, but
Yeah.
I always like pointing this out. Like, okay, we got My Hero, Deku ate hair, JJK, freaking Yuji ate a finger. One popped off more, and it was the fucking finger. Like,
I've been rewatching it too, just to like stay refreshed on a lot of like early things that they mentioned.
hmm
Because Gege is always referring back to like the beginning, and people are saying like, oh, that Yuta's technique is gonna end in 5 minutes. But if you look back to when Gojo first arrived to talk to the principal, yeah, he was 11 minutes late or something, you know? So they're saying, oh, at the 11-minute mark, Gojo's going to come back to life. He's going to do this and that. It's like, nah, bro, that guy's dead. He's dead. Gone. And I think right now, Toto is probably the most broken character in existence.
my Boogie Woogie
You
has now
literally,
upgraded.
you literally cannot touch this guy, bro.
I mean, it boing, just jump 50 times.
Fucking the little fucking buzzing that happens to you. This guy is wild.
That's why
That's
Toto
because
is
Sukuna
still
has
my
seen the
favorite.
technique too.
Nope.
Yeah, like Sukuna knows of the technique because he's been watching through Yuji's eyes and stuff. Knows how Boogie Woogie works. Knows what Toto likes to do, and still like describes it like this ability is fucking bullshit. I can't. Yeah, like there's no way to do it. You just have to guess, and hopefully you guess right. You know, which I think is something that's gonna happen. They're gonna pull the Bleach Thousand Year Blood War thing that happened where there's a character in Bleach, and his whole ability is like confusing your senses, right? So he like mirrors whatever you do. Like not that he mirrors what you do, but everything you do is mirrored. So if you move right, the person is moving left or whatever, right?
hmm
So he activates his Bankai, and it basically turns like a big space of the world around him, like basically all in its fucking head. Like The person getting hit by it has no idea of what's gonna hit where or how to like make anything land, you know? So the character he's fighting is like, well, fuck you, and just blows up everything. It's like I don't even have to know where I'm aiming. I'm just gonna hit everywhere.
Hmm.
And then hits him and he loses. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? His ability that makes people like super confused and you just randomly swing everywhere and not get hit? Come on. And I think that's what they're gonna do to Toto, right? That Sukuna is just gonna fucking domain expansion, just send it outward, hopefully to hit him.
You're dead. Boogie, boogie, boogie. I don't know. Where JJK is
Yeah,
going though, it does excite me. I want more, but goddamn it, KK, stop
yeah.
teasing us.
I
Stop
don't know.
teasing us.
I don't know what I'm gonna do every Thursday
Play
for like
Overwatch.
these next 2 Thursdays. I don't know what I'm gonna do in my life. I'm gonna wake up at midnight, and be like, oh boy, the new chapter, and there's not gonna be anything.
Oh boy, new chapter. Wait.
That's my exact response every time a new chapter comes out, and fucking Suguna still isn't dead, bro. Like, how much is this guy gonna take?
How many times
He's
do
been
we
hit
teach you
by
this lesson, old man?
he's been hit by hella black flashes. This guy's had his heart stabbed out, his second tongue ripped out, his fucking arms are chopped off, and this guy is still fighting. Like, I don't understand it.
Well, and Manny did point this out to me like a while ago. I think like 3, 4 chapters ago. He goes, Gege said someone was gonna get eaten. I'm still waiting for someone to get fucking munched on.
He's about to fucking just rip off Gojo's head and just eat Yuta, I bet. Fucking eat the brain.
I'm about to say he was about to eat Maki. Then again, she would serve no purpose.
And this is something me and my brother mentioned today, right? Is Inumaki. Where the fuck is that guy at? What has he been
Where
doing this
is
whole
he?
time? Because it's not like that he can't fight. His whole fucking ability is literally speaking at people. Telling me he loses his arm, he can't talk no more?
Huh.
This is the perfect time for him to just fucking walk out at Sukuna and just be like, hey, you cut that shit out already. Put all
Crushed.
his energy into it. Fucking stop. Stop it. Who knows? Maybe that's how they'll set up the final blow, right?
Yeah.
You know, aside from the chapter, like anything you want to add, brother? Anything you want to say?
I kind of want Sukuna to win
Against Yuta?
against everybody.
No, then why? Why do you want him to win?
I like his character better than Yuji.
You know, you're gonna have to explain that to me.
Because Yuji's, I don't know. He doesn't feel like a main character to me.
He hasn't had his moment yet. You just wait. Let him cook, bro. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Once, because you know he's gonna have to, right? If anybody's gonna beat fucking Sukuna, it has to be Yuji. That is his entire purpose in this show. I think
Well, he was about.
Gege might.
I think he would have won. Because he already had Sukuna there. With the hole in his chest, and then he just pops his domain.
No, because then you see that Sukuna just fucking grabbed him and threw him. He's like, "Get away from me! I'm going for somebody else." Yeah, I'm really hoping that Yuji has a domain like cooking in his brain right now. There's no way you do all that and your techniques don't activate, right? Because that's what they said. Like, it was the black flashes that activated the fucking cleave, right? Or the shrine is a technique.
Hmm.
That he uses the scissors, cleave, and dismantle. I'm down for a domain where he just counters it. I saw this theory that somebody said, like, instead of malevolent shrine, it's benevolent shrine. I was like, first off, that name kind of sounds like shit, because Yuji's not like a support kind of character for it to be anything benevolent, right?
Yeah.
Benevolence being like,
Left, right, good night.
all sort of like altruism. I'm so down for his domain to just be left, right, good night. Just fucking, alright, he
In a
activates his
boxing ring.
domain. Yeah, well, not a boxing ring, right? Just fucking like the sumo arena. It's like all cursed techniques, all cursed energy in this area doesn't exist. It's just your physical prowess, and you're just like, all right, time to beat the fucking brakes off of this guy with more than an Olympic athlete's fucking stats. But I will say, like, Sukuna as a character is very good. He he embodies what a fucking real threat is. You know, the entirety of the like show and the entirety of the manga, anytime he's there or announced, he's fucking scary. It's not like one of these instances where it's like, oh, Sukuna's the big bad, but he'll never hurt us. Everybody's fucking actively afraid of this guy. Because at any point this guy comes out, everybody's dead. Nobody stands a chance. And the only way they stood a chance is when they gave this guy time to prepare. Right? And the only time was when Gojo was around. Gojo's like, he's not going to fight us right now. But I'm going to fight him on this date. So let's train up. But you have to assume that, like, he also did something, you know?
Hmm.
Unless there was the whole, what was it, the bath, right? Immediately after Sukuna takes over Megumi, they free Gojo.
Yeah.
So it was the bath, I think, right? That he was sitting in that bath for months and months to, like, drown his soul in sorrow. Either way, Megumi's the fucking worst character.
All my
Good
friends are
fraud.
dead. I don't want to. I don't want to be here anymore.
Oh, I know, this guy fucking hard souled. He can take over his body at any time. He's like, no, I don't care. I'm ready to die. Oh, I hate this
I
guy.
hated when I saw that, and then it's so stupid. Like I don't want to live anymore. I've killed my sister. I've killed friends. Fucking fight! Just fight! I should give
Bring
him
back
any more
Nobara.
reason. They go, no.
Bring back Nobara. Please. Bring her back. This is it, the perfect time to do
She's
it.
dead.
She's not dead, dude. They've never confirmed she's dead.
We're about to break his little heart. Yeah, Nobra's dead.
I think that that's part of like the bit that I'm okay with. I think that Yuji has had such an arc that if the show or the series ends with him dying, but him being the one to stop the big bad, or
Yeah,
him
he's finally
becoming
being
the
sacrificed.
yeah, or if he becomes the next like strongest, dies at the end, I'm okay with that, dude. I feel like that's what his character needs. Because the entire time his headspace is like, I'm just a cog, I'm just a cog, I'm just a fucking grunt, I'm a nobody. And then when it comes down to it, he's like, fuck, dude, I'm not, like, I can't just be a nobody. I need to be the fucking hero right now. And then he becomes the hero, you know? I think that's what they're going to do. But I really hope it's
Hopefully.
against Sukuna and not against whatever arc comes after the merger. Because they got to do the merger, right?
Didn't they say this arc was gonna finish in August? Wasn't that their plan?
Mm,
Or wasn't like, yeah, like,
oh, the whole manga was supposed to finish in August.
huh, on my birthday month? Who would have thought?
It's supposed to finish this year, yeah.
There's still one more arc, right? They said.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Pretty sure it is the merger.
The merger would mean literally everybody dies. Even Yuji. Like Yuji dies. Everybody who's around is all dead. Like, and then who fights it? Like, what is that? You know?
God
That's when Nobara
himself.
comes back.
No.
Right? Damn, and she has something that Yuji gave to her while she was in a coma. Since he's a part of the merger, she just hits him with the fucking doll. Resonance. Ooh. And then she's back. The Nobara is the new strongest.
Oh my god.
I like it. I respect it. Bring her back with eye patch.
My god.
I feel like there's too many characters who aren't in this final fight for there not to be something going on in the scene, like behind the scenes, you know?
What was the purpose of Miguel and the fucking guy with the nipple hearts? What was their...
Literally just to fucking be a distraction.
Hmm.
Because Miguel's technique is just to make other people stronger. Like people around him are stronger. And I think his name is LaRue, is what they call him.
Yeah, LaRue.
His technique is about like affection, like love, right? So when he activates his technique, you look at him because yeah, your like affection and love are drawn towards it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's why he sets him up for the Black Flash. You guys had any other comments or anything? I planned to ask you what experience you guys have with fighting games, but considering we're like already an hour and a half in, I'm not gonna make this a 3-hour podcast.
At most, this podcast would probably be like an hour and 20. Keep in
You can
mind,
just say that for the next one.
yeah, we
Yeah,
could.
yeah, yeah.
I think
But
we could
here's
get
what
a
I want
lot
you
of
guys
good
to
ones
think
in
of.
here.
Set up for next time, right? To leave
Hmm.
people on that fucking grasp. Each of us here brings a little bit of you
Bring,
know, a
bring a
mixed
little bit of
bag
flavor.
of things. Yeah, just a little bit of like a mixed bag of what we do, you know, what our interests are. and I will like declare myself the fighting game one, the fighting game guy. The next time, I want you guys to come back with what experience you have with fighting games, because I'm about to turn all that on its head and introduce you to the actual FGC of fighting games, not the oh yeah, I played and I hit bronze in Street Fighter or I button mash on simple mode. I'm talking like the real down and dirty, the fucking history and the lore of the FGC.
Yeah.
Right, but
Does
that'll be
FGC?
for it's a fighting game community. That's your first
Yeah, I
lesson.
knew that.
Yeah, I totally knew that.
The fighting game community. And there's a website I'll probably link whenever we do that. It's
Mhm.
going to be the fighting game. It's a fighting game glossary. So anytime I make a comment or phrase and you don't know what it means, the
It'll
glossary
type
will
up.
have it.
I'm probably up
The
there
glo-
in the fighting game world.
If he kills me, I'm gay. Man, you
I hit
know it.
diamond in Brawlhalla, so
Bullshit, you hit
You
diamond
got banned
Brawlhalla.
in Brawlhalla.
Oh. I thought he said
I
he
hit
hit
diamond.
I
diamond.
got banned. Oh, I got banned in Brawlhalla. I was like, how the fuck do you get banned in that game, dude?
I thought he
What?
just said, oh yeah, I hit diamond.
You hit diamond.
yeah.
That's cute.
Wow.
It is. It's cute. That's the beginner stuff. But like I said, that'll be for next time.
Alrighty.
So if you stuck with us for this hour and 30, there's only more to come. All right.
Very true.
Not just me. Not just me. Yep.
Whoa!
Any closing comments you guys want to leave with?
I will be playing Monster Hunter Rise,
All right. And you're gonna update us
and I
on
will let
that
you know how it is.
next time. Next time you'll actually let us know.
Yep.
Mhm.
I played it for 50 hours. I don't know if I like it.
All right. If you're listening, you got any questions, concerns, comments, let us know. Other than that, we'll catch you next time.